My first duty is one of those rather bittersweet duties. On your behalf, I have to present plaques to members of the Board of Directors who have or will be leaving the board at the end of this meeting. First, to someone who has already left. Alejandro Hernadez of Monsanto left us earlier this year to take on a new responsibility with Monsanto in the United States. And Alejandro can't be here to accept the plaque, but we wanted to celebrate all the work and accomplishments as the two team members of the board. Thank you, Alejandro. Now we say goodbye to a director who has done much to advance the goals and interests of CSTA and its members. Jeff Reid has completed his term on the board and executive. Jeff joined the CSTA board in 2003 and served 7 years on the board, and the last 4 on the executive committee. He was president in 2008, 2009. On behalf of the CSTA and its members, I would like to present this plaque to Jeff. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce to you the next CSTA president. While I still have a few duties left to do, I am officially passing the president's gavel to Wayne Unger. I've had the pleasure of knowing Wayne for many years through CSTA and together in Winnipeg. Wayne brings extensive experience and skills to our association. His strengths and in the forage industry will benefit the board and membership over the next year. Please join me in welcoming your new president, Wayne Unger.
Thanks very much, Dave. Well, it does give me great honor to accept the role as president of the Canadian Seed Trade Association. We'll work on that. I've really been looking forward to this moment since Dorothy Morrell approached me a couple of years ago about joining the executive and moving to the presidency. And there's many reasons that I'm looking forward to this role. One of the big ones is getting to work with this great board of directors. And Neil Arbuckle and John Cowan and I had a short discussion outside the door about that. Your board of directors is 16 members from all across the country, different crop kinds, different sizes of companies. Now, a hockey team, it's 16 members. A hockey team is also comprised of 15 skaters and 1 goalie for a total of 16. It's a coincidence? Yeah, I think not. Like a hockey team, you need players who play different roles on the team. So you need grizzly old vets to show the new guys the ropes. You need some young legs, like Ben Durkach, to bring in the fresh ideas. And you even need some enforcers to keep us in line with what the membership needs and wants. Like a hockey team, you also need one other element that is critical for success. You need chemistry. Now, chemistry is one of those things that it's difficult to create, and it's difficult to grasp. But boy, you really know whether you've got it or whether you don't. And this group has it. This group speaks out. This group works together. And above all, this group puts team first. So they put the interests of the Canadian seed trade ahead of their own interests. Just like a good hockey player puts his team ahead of his own goals. This chemistry became very evident during the board's strategic planning session last January that Dave reviewed in the plenary session. There was total engagement by board members as we developed and updated the CSTA strategic plan to make sure it was current and address the issues we face today. This document is very important. It sets the priorities for staff and where the resources the organization are going to be used. I know you've seen the goals from the strategic plan. I'm just going to quickly list them. Goal number 1, unrestricted trade of seed around the world. Number 2, increase investment in innovation. Number 3, a larger talent pool. Number 4, an efficient science-based regulatory system. And number 5, a well-functioning value chain. One of our board members said to me the other day that there is a T in CSTA, and it stands for trade. We don't want to forget that. We're not the Canadian Seed Association. We are the Canadian Seed Trade Association. And as you saw today, our mission statement reads, to foster seed innovation and trade. Now, a number of members have also said to me, I'm not the expert on this. Yeah, you are. If you look through the supply chain of almost every major crop grown in Canada and most of the minor ones, either the crop or a value-added segment of that crop is exported. So it goes to the world. I want to tell you a little bit about the world we live in through a poem. And some of you have probably heard this or seen this. It's called If the World Was a Village. So in the world today, there's more than 6 billion people. We're going to shrink that down to the size of a village of 100 people. And this is what it would look like. 59 would be Asian. 14 would be American. That's North, Central, and South America. 14 would be African. 12 would be European. And 1 would be from the South Pacific. 50 would be women. 50 would be men. 30 would be children. 70 would be adults. 70 would be non-white. And only 30 would be white. 33 would be Christians. 21 would be Muslims. 15 Hindus. 6 Buddhists. 5 animists. I had to look it up, you'll have to Google it. 6 would believe in other religions. And 14 would believe in no religion at all. Now this village that we live in only has 600 acres of land. 70 acres of cropland, 140 acres of pasture, 190 acres of forest, and 200 acres of desert, tundra, urban, wasteland, everything else. That's the world we live in. We need to feed it. We need to trade with it.